another prayer issue in the for him to do what he's doing, I think that cemented the fact that a lot of people are getting access into the mainframe politics. Not that omu deserve it, but because you see, we have monetized the entire political space to the stand say any cheap mind be out access to money can easily manipulate his way and get in. So if you mess up, you have to be dealt with. Sure. But the president created a certain room at some point in time. A man for kobokro no ba or no na all clear omo. So I know the day you energize people, you give them enough incentive to be doing all these things. So when yet transna yet true anywhere Ghana, you don't see any future.
The defeat of MPP will be a record for another political party to beat. The new government should take a firm stand and make sure say issue relating to corruption they will deal with it decisively. Let us all come together now and pick it off. Because
the transition team, both political parties, John Dramani Mahama, the 10-member transition team and the and led by Julius Zebra, and we already do Ajaho and the Tato as an advisory as an advisor, and another Dako Kufado so then the Aba, and then they've gone through a smooth inaugural exercise. Surprisingly, the Vice President of the Republic, flag bearer of the NPP, went to Myanmar, and people have started raising concerns about it. I
think the transition team, the transition process, and you go through series of times. I think the Ghana need be a follow piano. But 2012 and I legal backing. I think that the Transition Act coming to where a give you certain legal framework be a regularize how as a transition there because first and then I'm saying those guidelines in the you don't see any structured way be idea but coming into force the act it give you certain guidelines and why and I think says both sides need to mean show readiness transition or I think say and score Ghana for your democracy the be say when it comes to your democracy your credential in Africa very high despite the internal misunderstanding sometimes wrangling during the elections and as for the two sides quickly have been able to come together and I think that the process cement your democracy to go a long way to consolidate our democratic credentials but surprisingly Vice President not being there and I'm not sure say it's any big issue because Vice President anywhere President Akufo-Addo and I think the President and the Vice President will go through campaign. I don't know what actually happened but I think you need to raise any big thing about it but another prayer issue in the say all your press conference I catch the President Akufo-Addo say on stopping the transition your friend is saying process. My question is on whose behalf and or that particular press conference now say or your minister or your friend is saying
majority chief whip
exactly in parliament
yes
or access to President Akufo-Addo so of free set transition process na e koso no enkoye and now 1 or 2 be enkoye nothing stops him from so phone after President Akufo-Addo just on stopping the transition process. So my question is on whose behalf and or that particular press conference is it MPP as a political party, Bawumia and as a fine? I think that there is no reasonable basis for what he did, and I think that gentleman should be very careful because you see characters like or not the type, and a man young people lose hope in their politics because quite recently Obekai he was trending for very terrible reason. Obekai when his galamsey infamous comment we make yes and so no yes that was absolute childish commenter. You didn't expect it from such a person or your minority whipper. A man for free say well go through the process parliament in a democracy no nimunu there. Certain wit and intelligence will come to bear. But I give you Ghana for a different picture. And today for him to do what he's doing, I think a cemented the fact that I can say a lot of people are getting access into the mainframe politics. Not that omu deserve it, but because you see, we have monetized the entire political space to the stand say any cheap mind be out access to money can easily manipulate his way and get in because we have monetized the system, the entire political system there is the only thing we here is once you have the money you can get through. So at the end of the day we may end up enlisting people who do not have what it takes to fix the problems. That is why even at the topmost level of power, like people like him, consistently, when they act here, the poverty of intellect these people live in their wake, will make you say wow, enti ono so ye panyin na odi o mind so obekom no ye panyin, and I think that's very unfortunate. Process na ya go through, I think Ghana for go through Nema asi, and when I make catch us about one Ghana for koto and yet so much about the NDC winning power. It was some kind of a revolution without a gun, because all had the cause will chrome her, the arrogance of power, the impunity, the treachery being unleashed on people. I said, Omone Abaye Enye. Now, too, when you share the economic, your friends are mess, President Akufo-Addo and the family are creating a general air core. Now we are Ghana ni, so won't fine. You can make it a passing comment, but very in-depth knowledge about the current state of Ghana's economy. Now we name the trajectory of Ghana Namsu Sesia JB. What's why we read about is the reason why yesterday make us say President Akufo-Addo Kotinancha no folded the arms no where the journey 8 years ago as a president, and the mess that he has created. Not one mess, he created them personally, but because our language say the power and the sacred responsibility to ensure say obe standing up to the occasion. Not individuals no the 2 year more, obe hold are more accountable and responsible. And Akofa we in the for instance, we got to a time where people in MPP or no one and the political party while asking say we've had enough of Handover. So whatever it takes to get the guy out. The president was against the entire party. He didn't listen to anybody. And indeed, this is a gentleman, Sabi. And consistently he was borrowing. Look at our debt, your friend is saying. Your debt portfolio in this particular country. To the extent, say, after COVID, Ghana is the first country after Zambia to declare bankrupt. Suspended your external debt obligation to our creditors internally. In the history of this country, say Ghana for mudo musika bo aban bosia aban beka say we need to restructure. And now you restructure, it will come back to us. And can obi mama na betua na obi papa na betua eguyanso as a people, you understand? So these are some of the mess I can wasem. There is no way Ghana can step out there say akwakobobosia, because credit score be na what they call a junk because we have lost credibility, because we've gotten to a point where we are out there begging people say mon fire kanche in that kind of stuff. This is Ghana. Pride, but the mess created by few individuals in the name of Ghana, the president. We have the free room president. So at some point in time, you saw that particular free ride, and then you pay arena of corruption. Just imagine, say Obama ti baby no Ghana ni, not a power initiative, because the economy be able to grow is because of your friends saying the energy sector. And through compact 2 or my insika na ye making sure say ye include private sector participation in our energy, because over the years ECG has been running loss. Or go back to 2022 omoboka over about 10.1 billion. The following year it was 1.9 billion. So clearly they were not making profit. So such monies were coming in to allow private sector participation. So by omodi omkwa abontia omodi eni adin be kwa kwajeje bills no, because abanya dwuma so waka say ECG for nkomo nsanka zika no, they've given up. So at some point in time ECG was losing 32%, both commercial and technical losses. Company bien who are all running at that particular pace a bit in CD. Then this money came, say Emma Boye. Then these people at me for me a cabal, a confronting PDS. At the budget Ghana for Sika. The guarantees and the financial assurances that they needed to provide as a way and son of Monsa Kanina, Vice President Ewe Visa and Marina, Emma, this group of people, Emma Omobaye. Because of that particular corruption, a poppy up, the American embassy wrote to us $190 million as a second free. I am fine say a power sector, maybe Sansi cannot call it. But in the President Akufo-Addo anti-mania the courage, saying constitute a team to investigate this particular thing. But my culture say in governance, angel. Every human being be any opportunity, they will commit evil and also obey your way. But as a state, my culture say you cannot be weak, you cannot show mercy. Because always, you need to send a message to people out there, say action have consequences. So if you mess up, you have to be dealt with. But the president created a certain room. At some point in time, a man for Koboko no ba or no na clear omo. So I know the day you energize people, you give them enough incentive to be doing all these things. So when yet na ye two ye new Ghana, you don't see any future. But then the young people at Betty politics are sit to the stand say, Makacha said they are not just looking for say Obeda sorry, the Obenya hopes and dreams. No, they want economic independence that also translates into that kind of mental freedom. About issues of politics. But today, these are issues at any table. No, so I have say your minor to a point say Ghana ni what the future hold for us. And that is why I'm for jubilating and I'm because they don't even know what they are jubilating. Because the future looks so bleak. Yes, it's good we have changed. And the coming president, President Mahama, has a lot of responsibility, and I believe, sir, he will be able to navigate through this particular storm. It's not an easy task. I say, baby jubilate. No, because it's a daunting task. Because for us to get our way through, no, we need to go back to our external creditors and try to renegotiate, because current arrangements no very soon 2026 some of the debt na mature and the amount of money we are supposed to pay taxes in you understand that is the situation. They are two a local Bank of Ghana. Adia na adding to her oye. Can Oforata Bob Bosiana Gugu so we are Onyabino. Then he turned his attention to Bank of Ghana and then instructed your friend saying, I adding to print money. At some point in time, no matter turn the Bank of Ghana into a printing press. Just a sikana ya printing gumsa or movie fees or printing sky inflation baba. You never buy a hosona inflation around 53. Here we are today, and the dollar cedi our hefa, you understand? So obitrana ya some of these issues we don't say it because obitanya bang and answer way. These are the realities end up in the current economic circumstances. Just imagine at a point in time Ghana for were grappling with a lot of economic conditions papa. Now President Akufo-Addo nyada aja ko han private jet e dey ba besi kroma say and all gina nikoba among for all around the media everybody was talking about it, at least as a sign of respect as a leader. No, show the people certain courtesy, respect. Okay, fine, makama jai, but at the point among for ekano okotam jet ni besi ya tarmac so ha say the amount of money that went into that particular thing oka se be nyeye Ajuma Ben. No. There wasn't any reasonable. There wasn't any reasonable justification. At some point in time, I heard someone say, "You're jetting or cinema or say maybe I don't want to believe that." But you see, upon where I was using that particular, say upon where General President Akufo-Addo ended that the belt in chain. But if upon where I can use that particular jet, I said, "Ben, I can." So you see, upon where I say, the size. I think we need to get serious. You understand? We need to the arrogance, the impunity, and some nipa can some. And I think that the coming administration will learn a lot from this, because Akufo-Addo before 2016, now for Penasemo, he was a darling boy. Yeah. People were cheering him up. At some point in time, so can I say for a ma or munibi, we the man. And a banner na table no sign because of her braba or boy. My culture said this family and friends and for a term that particular practice of governance, it belongs to antiquity. Nipa or practice in the real Benali in Tunisia. When your friend said that Jasmine Revolution no start here o dwane because na yere nuane na yere ofase ono ankasa busuanfo na ode omoye, because when you do that you lose your power, the will power to crack on people, because to ania ofase nie wona na nie unua ba nie why na punish no. So I don't know who's the president in that is why the last time I told you, sir, President Akufo-Addo wasn't running the country. What one who's running the country? They offer saying who said, supermarket to be on more for a day. So you understand? We are on for Sikanon too. Whatever Hosana shop, it's exactly what has happened. But people who were entering, borrowing, and doing those kind of stuff, nobody was held accountable. For instance, corruption, some may see what be the one you hold, to the sense of my move. Oh, Debbie, I'm very serious. You see, look at somebody like Cecilia Dapa. Circumstance when you $1 million cut them, and you expect to say, wait, Cecilia Dapa Kofanisika, President Akufo-Addo, onim hoche. You can't blame him. But as a leader, all that you have to do is to show leadership by making sure, say, obey proper investigations, obey public perception about this. But my culture say, you see, you can't politics in as if say obi the assembly also in the religious settings na ka say JB ebia wo bobrabo no wo ye kromfo na sefo obetimi aka se wo medama nyankopon ni makomam. But in politics there is nothing like medama nyankopon, because opinions and informed choices among for making is premised on political perception as a form of. So always you need to control the narrative and make sure that you put up right information there. But unfortunately, no, we decided to say proper investigating to some of these key issues. And then na kikambo ma akwako we wa say yet at some point in time to me TV. So as a regional chairman of the MPP political party, at the time Ghanaians were grappling with harsh economic conditions. Then the guy was displaying, saying, gold bars on TV. Yeah, any part the senior now question they say, gold company bang legit, our register, that particular gold no party no council of elders wobo. I was suspecting say somebody who called that particular guy to order. So at some point in time, it became like a snake pit. Everybody was just fighting for survival. Leader can no be a the upper. And now culminate into the larger disaster. And the MPP as a political party in that pansama. Who's a fan has a fan or her. So it's a lesson for everybody going forward. You know, Makasa winya to me. The first thing that you need to do is to show respect to the people, because nipa they to me more they can make and not make you. So who energy on that sacred responsibility now ubedi udoknokwa. And I think that Akufo-Addo whole story way should be a guiding principle going forward. So we a leader, you need not to show weakness, you need not to show mercy to anybody. You should be ready to crack the whip on whoever will go against the state. And as for where sana it give you that power, it may build the amount for trust and confidence in as for. But you too no behind the open at some point in time, presidents who are called out to this will be sorry damn and yankopon. That's fair enough. We wait to mercy as sorry than he assured the people of this country say he was not going to use our money. At some point you wake up and now president issue letter to other people to go and build cathedral in the name of the state. When the state is prepared. At that point in Ghana for sorry. But there is something that belligerence posture no then they decided to do whatever that they wanted to do. And the cathedral that Kwaku say, JB, $58 million has gone down the drain. Nobody is bringing that particular money. So I'm expecting that we need to set up a proper investigation, even though Senate Diaba, but President Akufo-Addo only deserve a single, your friend is saying, one friend says, gracia. Because that particular money should be used, to be used to service all these things after proper investigation, because it is clear, say, most of the payments were illegal, because Parliament as an institution, or give okay to some of these big transactions, they were not notified. Parliament wasn't aware, and it was illegal for anybody to forward in some consolidated fund without parliamentary approval to do whatever that you want, because I think say Sanema we nyina kekabo ma ene e katwa Ghana ho ahia ama the future looks so uninspiring, so bleak, and you don't even know where we are going. So I'm just hoping say Ghana for nyina in one accord this time around yamfa politics into nchen until say this particular government goes rogue, let's support, make sure say they do the right thing, and they must also listen to the people, because you see we don't need any special extra knowledge to run governance. There is nothing that you have. Yet you cannot assume say you are more knowledgeable and intelligent than people who are listening. There are far better people who understand the issues better than us. Only that we have the privilege to be here. You understand? So at the end of the day, what you want to win your feedback, you need to take it serious. Consider and impute some of them are relevant into whatever that you, because at the end of the day, it's a single vision, and I try to realize the vision is to make Ghana a better place, make the Ghanaian dream possible. So the average and the ordinary Ghanaian will not wake up and say, me person me got in the UK, me person me got in America. No, you should be proud as a Ghanaian, live in your motherland, and make sure that the motherland will pay you well and you live in dignity. You understand? Because now last night my catcher said, "May I cry? I'm free. I'm for a privilege." But na circumstances and push a lot of people out. Under no circumstance must a circumstance in the country push people out. If you want to stay outside, that's fine. That's your choice. But yes, I did be a piano, and that is the kind of country. But you go to a time, minister be your father saying campaign. Or say Obama man for visa mama for America. Anya Pius. Yes, Pius said that. So you see, Sasam no kind, and I'm for fan a try, but devil deeper into mind frame now or casa free now. Clearly, this is a person who has given up on this country. He hopes that never be anywhere. So going out there is is the way out. But this is a person, a man mandate to run the country with the president and so forth. So I think that we really need to be very serious. And then the last one, you see, appointment it's never a compensatory initiative. appointment as a government and ye compensatory initiative say oh we come and we you say madam funie minue nie sa na man na president Akufo-Addo na down for buy no because at the end of the day he couldn't look into the faces of the people around him. Now I kind of catch Romo, and then people around him so turn out to become bootlickers and sycophants. Sing hallelujah choruses to the president. Oda the Jakrana say what are the effort? And that is the mistake that we did. So going forward now, I think that we need to ensure that you better get close people and we are ready to tell you the truth. Make sure that they have the intellectual weight with that affects the problems because those holidays now are over. Now, no, you cannot come back and blame Akufo-Addo anymore. The Akufo-Addo chapter in our politics is closing on January 7th.
Yeah.
From that go, it's a new chapter. Whatever you do is up to you. Now, President Mahama is a very experienced person. He has been there before. And choice now, he has two choices. Either say he will be the best president or the worst president. But the good thing is that the choice is his to make. You understand? Ours is to support him. So I think he will make a right choice. Because at this time, sa name na atwam na ye the party for name ekobone na man for support and that era is gone. And then the platform has also widened. A lot of young people are consuming information. They are knowledgeable. They understand politics. It's so easy to do comparative analysis. And now to Ghana, with a click on your phone, you can see what is going on in Nigeria, Botswana, other places. You do that comparative analysis. When they do, they will ask critical questions. And if you are not getting the answers now, they will begin to agitate. And the government be West Africa, be 2 years, then you see that momentum gather in the terms of your friends and violent revolution, that kind of way among for a Yehubi Nigeria recently. Until Kenya, Yehubi. For government, no bar, they will give you a period like 1 year, 2 years, 1 to 2 near a year. That is why I'm saying, sir, we have a Herculean task ahead of us. And your jubilation, we need to do a lot to ensure, say, the confidence and the trust people repose in the president. Thinking, say, obetime the right thing, that particular trust, say, otimisha mukanana among folks who say, yes, we are really working for this country, and I think that's the only way.
But Mesa Bawumia, the team that constitutes to the transition team.
All right, no problem.
Then we can analyze that. But also, minim there, but here now the transition team na.
I think say Enra answer bosu kakra.
Yeah, sure.
Na Sabria or Mochimi aye inaugural meeting. Na Asha said there we are hoping for the best. I'm Asha said na wo kase nkomunya ne life ni ade.
Yes.
We I don't think say inquisitorial bia so handing over process below Saudi we will say enti enye ni nyina na se public no enya no ba
ye pese so ye di dance bi
oh ye be di dance ba enye sabre ya so ho ne tie no wo mu ye sabe o mani nyina awie na se wo mu fi se nwa bi antoto ye a no na ya na e ba se Saudi we ye expect Saudi we ye hu ye e wo hefa ni ne kai ka ho so ho ne tie no na e ba mi ye hu se ne sitie ba hu se director of communication at the presidency, I issue letter say yes. President Akufo-Addo, the directive said ma abemuni pebianto official car.
Yeah.
More and the good. But casa amafo so drafo di koko siesie no so. Titi no so so on you. But ira no. I don't know where they say. And they should get prepared. Say when people are tracing, retrieving them, there should not be any file say ABC because all they call amanfo.
Yeah.
And amanfo so beka. And the guy a lot of places. We so be fear or the Land Cruiser near ye will be quite for retirement. And so. Wafa adwuma mu Holland Cruise and pick up or the akwa baby and the Sanema winner. We should not get there. Men found koshe baby ma obi ma me fa then konko ye he ni ne kai ka ho. So they tell because what they call obi odwuma mu no say eh dey ya say wo dey ade no.
Yeah, that's
because eh am dia. The two year dey wo beka. Eti me dey ne meka me advice say wo mo obote akonya so sabre say I mean you don't deserve to be tortured in that environment say wo ho ani stop ni agika free say mu na wo ho ani aba be wura ofie say ka we fa kiss bra ye de ko ni ne kai ka ensisi ye duru ho ba wo ma kwan so a ye be duru ho so wo ne tie no eti ye ya aban eye state de no former state na wo de ko wo ni ka kra na nti form no obi hu say oh wo kokko ye adwuma no wan wia aban wan wia Ghana fo so wo ne tie no eye better since obeya say emu ayi be kwa kwesi hosa nti I am expecting a smooth transition to I'm so more up to 3rd January. So by 3rd January there no biokita banka bia no hand over then they kaka nti they should look at that and make sure say omo aye say you know na I am praying said I van di kaka we say adena nya better sir so o hwe bebi Ghana ye ka drew 764 billion na e bi hyehyehye bebi kro no so ama meka ho ni ade wa hwe be wie ni atwa be 800 ya ne ade I don't know hemma Ghana kwan emie obi ankonko ma ye bosia enne ka ka ho but no kwase mo mu ni say I know and I believe say IMF e be make sure say obe rebalance the economy. So on there I can tell you look MPP take it over 2017 Sasatem na Ghana near IMF. Yeah, near IMF. But IMF who say ye or more etna say or you know yeah almost say or mo make sure say nyoma enso to toy. Now wo hwe say nyoma say kona me sure say President Mahama or man the team no eye adwuma yi a they can also enjoy that. We share the international goodwill. Aba amanena oniso so eye adeba ko a ebetimi ama watimi akonanim. Then you look at the dynamics in West Africa. Who say obia ehwe say no Ghana should be the destination of choice. Omo betimi ede omo yaba because say o Nigeria.
Is this still a destination of choice?
Yes. Tete na ka Nigeria eye but omo ho no aye. Aban si san ye no so wo di wadi to form na wo share the international community so mo ha say ni ade na utim say the goodwill no so e wo ho no ade ba ko a e be support the new administration amo motima set up the citizen support for you can say advocacy against corruption mismanagement in the kai ho. So when people are talking about that, as I said, new administration be almost no more. At the back, President Mahama Beya Ghanaians will never forgive him. Our mobile wanechi, or mobile wanechiko, and they say, or best pay any corrupt official in this country. I don't know, say, oh yes, I don't know, pay, then you should know, say, he is doomed. He is doomed. Ghana for if he said, Chrono akoso ewo man yimu. They expect. Look, the golden opportunity Akufo Addo ya wo message ye no. Enunti ana Ghana for ewo MPP konsa sabre. I can tell you the defeat of maybe Anameka say the defeat of MPP will be a record for another political party to beat. Someone say aye ho pepe. We had the opportunity. Na kese o ye the needful. Etomre bi kra be ba say yes na MPC kra no mo enjoy double salary. I kese so mo ye. Hey, amount for say that we omo de omo na enye ho. Enya de omo betimi e di ho djuma. Okay, Ghana for say okay, no problem. Na kese in some am kikan ni nyina no. Na kese enya no kre e ya tro anda na mu de di to omo so. Say ye no kra, why can't you prosecute them? It is what jawo mo na say one for mo nkonko gina court there. Na kese somewhere kika to omusu nyina na ya tro enuti na Ghana for say sa ade ye ne mo ade be face so pa this opportunity NDC for enya no look they say corruption aban bi obeba what dey ahoden e be hyemu say ko corruption no I can tell you say Ghana for e be mo watena so ache say President Mahama etimi hwehwe nuamum without even going to court, Ubetima mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 beer. Because the microphone with dear. Obubeko jail. Obubeko jail. But no, Obia won't see a law grant no go now that. But
in a democratic world like ours, I mean, it's not to me who be a new castle of jail.
Now, party has okay. my boss.
I mean,
what say? Oh, Basic Cathedral.
Yes.
Oh, for public funds. I feel go yes, yeah. What about you public funds? I don't know who had it. Evidence is here.
I said no. Akufo-Addo na say Okwakosi Cathedral. And I can for that so na release this cano. It is how kwache mu hwan. Okwache mu hwan.
Nipa release this cano.
Na they say
what do you echo?
That's why you also no case Okwakosi.
Upon
the instruction of the president.
The car say koko ye you.
President
look, me say your budget statement, you know, baby we say, oh, Ghana sika ba kukura nim. And yet Ghana sika de kwa koye. Yankasa ono can operate the can.
Yeah, sure.
I fed do baby, you know, say oh, yakoko yi Ghana sika kakra. And ye ko yi say ya sika oboy say, eh, sa sika we kakra. So de sa sika we e kakra. Eti eno sa nyoma we say. I mean, emma obi nka jira say oh, ejaji bi betima twetwaje o. What you try to say? The judge of you charge so Ghana for so what so apart from that, Sada be Kagalam say assembly.
Yeah, sure.
No, there are some people or more could J and Crawford gold. See a coco seize gold in the name of the state, a state there, and I'm a
yeah.
No, I said people are going to account for some gold or more seize a good now. No, the transition team should also take notice of that.
Okay.
Which I say. Yet the national security for go no much jim for good. Obviously, ya sisi, ya kwako sisi skasi, ya yesi, sasi kanene gold no, ewa he. They should account for it. Na you who say, gold or mujiji ye no. If you cry Ghana, ya kwako ton, sadie we ni etimidi aye. Ni who say sa. Na obi akwako jeje, no de akwako gu na yimu, na or the afro you know the corporate. Edinti ana vice president, and na maker, omukoko troll letter. See the gold company ko share under free zones. Na gold o mo de beko nyina no o mo nya repatriation bi ama. Na sika no makọ di ni nyina e wo hodom. Ti grofo sika o mo anya wo Ghana ha say ya. O mo hu ka me paso adi no. Wo so o mo di ni nyina akọ to gold no. No mo akọ under free zones. No mo akọ ye non repatriation of ye can say funds. Na ko o mo ko ton no mo jiska ni nyina no mo de agu ho. Sa me mani nyina no. People are going to account for it. God do I would have some you no making sure say 1 billion and I would have percentage yes ban a see a drone near because obi ntimi nsi ukwan say memfa gold nko but ye mra de kire say Saudi gold kodia and a certain amount of should come percentage be should come to Ghana government in be faje adwuma then ye nananom a yakose so mo nsase no royalties and so akọ na wutimi ba betwro anana maker na lawyer former candidate
director
law school
yeah
no what ka say ebia anam say emra ben pa na Ghana parliament betima pass this when ye Ghana parliament na pass this amra no the office of the vice president. And what transit was she said away. And the secretary actually Akokoma Bank of Ghana. Says Sadio we near say yenye. Bank of Ghana so actually Akokoma free zones. Free zones with the ama competition. Etienne, unya sika, ude kotu to gold, ukwa we say, ukwa under LOC no. Ubo say, ude gold no kwa kaprepra wo fama fie. How can we be such wicked to this country? I didn't say yes. So etienne. Eti Sadio mani nyina say no. Ubana sa wotina ho na wantimi am prosecute Sadio mana. Ubana sa woti ho no na Ghana for astate elusu confidence in you. So on yet no. Eti me say let us all help. Let us all help. We want say bibi na shaha. Yimpeni fasu tre. Ya nyina ni na mkrom ha say. Afa de o hwe ya, nipa na you can say high rise building just say apartments ahodo what is here to crane it is what we do adwuma would you sika no he all this thing you see lifestyle auditing we need to go into this near me sure say you are sanitizing the system and just Ghana ye be market time say yenko baby awo ye be market time this type of look it is an opportunity for the new government to make sure look obi di na menka ho ye chewa me so menfa ho ana meboa now be who grofobia wo call minister okra say o background school yempresi no school kra no fiu na ye chira na the Africa Kwejina street so let me tell you something education minister na me said no
Adutumi
Madam for lecture be working UST. Like, or respect me. No, see what say. Me bad me person course school we said the beya bet me a monitor no. Ada was said man me say me mo and oh education minister they serve na na me say the man. The whole of a year 3 names and me say the man. And yet like first class school so. Be say obvious one fee bimpo. Ah, let me check me catch a man say oh obeye. What check it was you. I don't know and to me and to and I'm say sir 1 week to election and I'm sending a message. And I'm say
1 week to election. Enrich here.
Well, enrich here. And I'm say I've learned one thing in this word. That position is not a possession. After 1 week. January, what's our education minister? And next year, you post this over a bit of my what do you mean more so we get it's Ghana. Look, we not position there. Do good to people. But Ghana for say nipa si message
yeah.
What say no I say no it will be great ka say me cry for one. Obi timi driver because there be nipa si message there yes I know here. So we get it we are expecting say nyama ebitimi akoda nimu ye na bibia etima toto. Let us try and do a. What's I'm trying to text message be sure. Sir, MPP boys, no man be asema mo mpedi fono. O man be asema mo mpedi fono. So na sir excuse me. Boy na friend no Kobran aje sapon no. Na sheda me body din. One share you obe pass some about phone. You should stop it. Some question messages now will say listen no. What the cultural minister no government appointee no catch us on the ongo 2 coin. Oboku the embarrassment at the airport. What are you talking about? Ghana for decided say look, my friend, mu konko trefie. Mu ko trefie. Say you can't take any major decision. Who 2 coin ko say Ghana is kasi say. Huh? Say your private and you grada you can't go. You can't go. Now there, what say what now we have bear master there? You just go. Me say why is not taking position so?
Yeah, sure.
What your part try? Now go the total embarrassment. You don't go. Now almost seize passport so the ane so who say one share ya na somewhere that's your doom hoda bia won sabit maka. Let us conform to some of these things and obi baby say what capacity I am a citizen of Ghana.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo said let us be citizens. We should not be spectators. So we are protecting our nation. So we know.
Yeah.
Now Buffy said when ya mobe tribo ewo akonya no so ni e kai ka ho. What would you Ghana for tribo? Some they say the new government should take a firm stance and make sure say issue relating to corruption they would deal with it decisively. Now, Oko cantonment, Laboni, airport area, airport residential are buying sasi. Especially East level. A buying sasi and for a form assessor just like that. Maybe now who share the cost of the land. Now go sika fear bi o mutuatua wo honom na. Look, government must set up. Especially the ministers in 1 acre near the amount, 3 acres near the amount. No, they should make sure they receive all to the state. I mean, we should put a stop to that. And let me know what I say. What to Toama Mohua? Yebesi Cathedral. And for the airport of can't say passport office in there, other institutions, and you could go from a 2 or just like that. And she sent government lands and that cantonment, other cantonment, I intimacy cathedral. That is a cocoa judges are dining in a guy. Meanwhile, Okwabrane assessor at the abono. Look. Woko baby obi akwakoto judicial for assassin. And they see the radio station. Wakwa Toby, or they see the office. Wakwa yesi, and then they kaka ade wonkwa we yan. Wonkwa we yan. Last time we business 1 acre Obenya say yes $5 million. And I'm so wow. Imagine? $5 million and an acre of land. Our cantonment Laboni Ekosu. Eti sankrofono, omunya sa sika no wo he. A omo to say you know. na kokoshe properties a ya maso ediesi hodoma enti 8 years a day business in one now yeah.
That is
within that shortest possible time.
The multi-million-dollar question. Within 8, within 4 years.
Hey,
4 years.
Are you serious?
To me, top radio station and to me building new radio station, fresh one. No, I mean for commercial use. And you ask yourself, say, into MP. What's it can I say? If you can say,
so Obia and in charge. That is what happened. Because I let me say, no.
And there are some businesses who are the they should look into it. Is that I mean, Yema Bruchimra Ghana. Who could have some certain amount of money there? They can question you. Who could just ask where do you have now?
That's right. No, I mean by law, who took free Ghana? And this will get more than $10,000. Say more than $10,000. As a Saudi decree.
Yeah, sure.
Look, me say na be catch the penny. Say omoba, sa say no me pesa me boss we just on bedo omo so. DPS is omo ye. Look, within a month, sika omo be confiscated their mad state e be shop nkrofo. Me pesa me boss. E just amount for me to omo to. Within a month, the money that they will get for this country. Mahama ko bobo se biem.
I began and I didn't hear was a boo.
So there you know. Look,
Scottish for who?
Ade. Share ene se Bank of Ghana enya sika dollars aba IMF sika ye buy. Yeah. This I said dollars no he. Impedifo bi asesa. E dey akwa good dem. Eti u come marketer emu aye ne bisi basa. Share one thing this administration may say for the start, let us all come together, bring our minds and all that, the suggestions, everything. Now, you pick you off because already you are not yet able. So, I say, you are not yet able. Me call you more, me sweaty. What you call you more, over sweaty. But say ye, not say you mugua, ye not the yenya. Politics no be bamu. I mean, you realize you the politics are But for now, you make sure. Argentina Bank of Ghana obet now. Sika beba system no mu. Wadi beba ho so aneska ni na kodi abochi fo nsem. Adenti. Obe call the commercial bank afi wunya sika di binto.
Se wetu wani na wo hwe enkonwa papa a esi ha bibia ye set. Men how ho. Hwe video na se me and J whom the number wo fa na contact ye na ye more direction no meaning say ade papa bia ye bebo ho da we for Ken TV bia no ye ka se ye nokore a ya hwehwe ma hunu nti na ye bo ho da wo enti nyame adom ye ma me nso so no o support Kennedy compare kwa Japan or you business woman enti mo ye nyina ye support the business women almost support to Japan na omo business no enkoso enti we de ni die kwanso me sada me sayem se open konwa set atop agu fee ana se wadwumam aye E&J home decor we de fa number na frɛ the be more direction but the own person be ba hampa ya ankasa de bugu kamu na ya de abrɛw menim say we are for Ken Ghana for no beboa ama your mama business no akoso for any enquiries with your phone number no we are for Ken you say ade aye bo ho da robia no your papa asemba come and hold us responsible.
So once you say same if you Royal Gallery wo opekuma and into jema me number no ni ndin kita wo dem 0537 3145 46 0537 314546 na man na me de atuja amount from ma me no ni ndin kita wo de so person ye say wo ba no mfanya na ye flo ana say ye say wo ba no mfanya bibibia e fa na nanom ne ehema asem ho and dem e kan for Royal Gallery e de amount say from no ni omu ndin kita wo de on be say wo ba no so de ye bibi e wo school ana say mpo wo to e de amuna wo nua e wa amunane ana say wankasa wo to na wa ton baby biala wo biala free delivery baby bia wo won sebeka so wo Ghana ha so wa amunane baby bia wo bia wo frɛ maami a wo ni bedin kita wo de na wo so be siesie na wo ba no na wa ye fe ye papa
The foundation of every kid's education is important to every parent. That is why Lead International School is here to give your kids a solid foundation. The school that cares about its environment and seeks to transform it is one that cares about the education and well-being of its kids. The school has a playing ground, a bus to convey the kids in and out of school, as well as a well-furnished facilities and resources to groom the kids to future leaders. Not forgetting the well-learned tutors that are patient with the kids to ensure understanding is easy. They are located at Amanfrom off the Pokwasi Amasaman Road. For more information, call 0246 928 031 or 0246 098 067. Be part of a school that leads, learns, evolves, acts, and develops through sound education. Lead International School, the next leaders.
School na batan biara de ne baro ko hono ni yo. Oye Rainbow Montessori International School. Yeah. Rainbow Montessori International School. Waji mo from Krachi. Dikosi JHS. Na Rainbow Montessori International School mo from ana. What been wrong? Osane what the Montessori curriculum in a syllabus. Na what the trauma na. Na teachers wo hona. When you know why degree holders what the abutana badoyan what the trauma from ana dio. Na Rainbow Montessori International School. Wakitaba funyo man what the trauma from ana. Into mama from ana not doing boy wrong. Wakita ultra modern science laboratory, computer laboratory, library and research center, art and sculpture laboratory, hygienic canteen, now for a clinic. Na moye nyika 1 point there. Rainbow Montessori International School. Oye boarding house. Inya into onfahu baby awo biara. Wawo from ane batuma ba school. Onfahu there watakwa. Takrade, Elibo, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. One boarding house facilities now. Oye modern standard. Na wa shefu papa. It's your house master and house mistress. What you want to a boarding house no? It's your new biara. Bambo another security no so ya sure. Enti fuobo from Banebra. Na ebe hu Rainbow Montessori International School. E watakwa in Soyem opposite police station. It is said Uba Rainbow Montessori International School. Tuwa jinim nada. Osan wo bat shana de papa. E manazam sina. Wo charo 111. Enti kwa juwa admission forms. E wa hantama rural bank. Watakwa in Soyem branch. Frayene 0277 100 823. Rainbow Montessori International School. Imo from a wonder china one fapim. Oshasi wa ha. Enti hana batan biara. Ordinary from a river.